To begin, welcome. Wow, there's so much noise. I hear the air conditioner. The lady upstairs just turned on the water. My fridge just began. The water went off and I'm speaking to you and I hear my own voice between the echoes of the walls and the floors that I am in. So why don't I shut off the air conditioning? Will you hear the difference? Air conditioner is 20 feet away. Now you heard the dot for the line. So as the air conditioner goes off, now there's a truck passing in front of my house, and a cat just went to sleep on me. But I can't move my camera because it just took me 6 minutes to get it up straight. You know what I'm saying? 6 minutes to get it up. Actually not that long, maybe a minute and a half, but it felt like 6 minutes. When things are frustrating and annoying, time seems like it's forever because it's still happening. If you don't worry about it, it goes away because time just falls flat. Time doesn't go backwards. The period of the history of time is behind you. As for the forelook, what is in front of you. Another thing I wanted to say, Malice Alice, or Malice Palace, won the Belmont. And why I'm talking about that horse is because Alice in Wonderland, P&M, Prime Minister, 13 and 16, 29. 29 is an entry. 29 is the extra day in February. 2 and 9 is 11. 2 by 9 is 18. Becomes 29 again. It becomes the letter R and B. It becomes 29 as P&M if you want. If you want to bring this as 13 and 16, 3 plus 13 is 16, so this number sits in the one position of the gematria tree. The gematria tree, in which I think the tree ends above 18 on each side, but there is an overlap of the tree. How do we get the overlap, and how do we get 29 out of 36? Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and say let's not count 0 or double 0, because if we do count it, we have 38. And another thing, if we go to the roulette board, there's American roulette, and there's Canadian, there's North American roulette, and there's French. That's what it is. And that's two different tables. That means whatever numbers are on that table, 36, and on that table, 36, are now 72. In disposition positions, because don't forget, a number is a number only counting for the position that it's in and the payout that it is received after. Okay, so 26 and 26, you're on 26 and you're in Ottawa, and you're on 26 and you're in China. Are you on the same 26? No, you're on the same number of the route that's prescribed in the maps. Because now you could be on map 26, on street 26, at address 26. Your son just turned 26 years old, you're 46, but by the time your son is 46, his child will be 26. Where am I with this? Palace, malice. Malice, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. It's the highest adjacent numbers that you can get, not counting 1 and 4 because it's below. So 1 plus 2, 1 times 2 equals 5. Now you start off in the beginning with Aleph Bet. Palace Malice was the 12th horse, 1 and 2 is 3. The next horse was 7. 7 and 7 are 14, 1 and 4 are 5. Trifecta came in 12, 7, 5. Same numbers I just told you. Paid 900. It was a sequence of a birth that it paid so, actually it paid less than for sure of what I thought, but anyways. Another thing I want to show you before we go on to anything else, did we do Palace Malice? Ice. ACE, lice. What do you want to do with this? What are we looking, what is the question? You see, if we ask the right question, we'll put the numbers to work, we'll get an answer according to those numbers. Of course we'll make it up. What do you think they're doing right now? They just discovered with Nostradamus some number 70. Don't you know anything about 70? 70 is Reich. 70 is the end. 70 is everything. And on the 7th gate, the letters of the telephone are P, Q, R, S, 16 and 17 is 33, the command and the creation. P, Q, R, and S is 18 and 17, 37, talking about Nibiru. 37 and 33, 70. Now we're going to write down 70. 70. And we're going to write 70, and there we go. You got 70? Let's make a little thing like this. So we got 70. Do we agree? Okay, you tell me we got 70. You agree? You got 70? What do you got? You got the letter R, the 18th letter. So now you take your 70 plus 18 equals over to 88. Now you take this 88 if you really want, and my cat is, believe it or not, still sitting on me. You take the 88 and you do this. You make a resh, a small r. Now, umbrella, candy cane, whatever you want to call it, because resh is sour and sweet at the same time. See, we got a heart. Now I'm going to do it upside down. One here, heart, and one here. What do you got? 88 resh. You want to see something else? The piano has 52 and 36 keys. 88. 3 is the creation. 3. You want to go 3 88s? It's 262. 3 by 8 is 240. 3 by 8 is 24. Is 264. This date over here is the 21st of September, and I think that's the first day of autumn. Is that right? That's the way it works out. 13 cards in a deck in one suit times 7 equals 91. 88 plus 3. The position of the keys, the colors of the keys, the numbers you call the keys and the positions that they are they before the black keys, or are they in between a black key, the first black key or the second black key, from right to left or left to right? When you thought it wasn't that important, left to right and right to left, it's very important and more important than ever you thought before. And up is up and down is down and in between is in between. So instead of saying in between, if you really want, you're not sure if it's up or down, you just say this one's in between, that one's to the left, this one's to the right, one is below, one is above. So now we got resh and 88. 8 times 8 equals 64. 8 times 8 is 64. 4 times 6 equals 24. 4 plus 6 equals 10. The total of the addition of these 24 and 10 is 34. And now, from resh and 70 plus 18, and it can be done other ways. Plus 70 plus 18 is 88 equals 64, playing chess 8 by 8. You end up with 34. 3 plus 4 equals your 7. So now you have 7, 3, and 4, but you don't have the A of the CD. Because the 7, okay, the only way to get the 7 is right here. You see, if you were measuring up a Magen David, a Hershey's Kiss, a Magen David, you end up, well, I don't like this pen. You end up with, you still with me? Okay, where are you? You still there? Okay, so where do you end up with? You have your heart, okay, and at the same time as your heart, you end up filling it in with 2 triangles that fit just underneath the bend, that go all the way to this side, and now you have your Magen David. The 7 is here, okay? The only way to get it here is to have all this over here. So it's 6 and 1, so you automatically know your 7 is there, and it automatically came from the 1. So you have 17 and 7, 1, 7, and 7, and 3 and 4 is 7. That's how you get your 1776. It comes on both sides. You see the way that worked out? Right from the heart is number 7. Number 7 is created with 1 and 6. The 7 is created with 1 and 6. And the center 7 through all is 3 and 4, 7 of Earth and Mars, which makes you 1776. Now, if you really want to look at it that way, number 34 in gematria says ONE, which says one birth. It can also see Neil Anderson or Enzo in Reboot on children's shows, because the N and the Z for Zionists are interchanged. If I do this, you'll think this is the N, that's the Z. Then it goes 2012. The reason you go 2012 is because 21 and 12 are the only two numbers in the month that reach both sides, because 31 may happen, but it's not in the alphabet. I'm trying to get this in as quick as I could, because I usually have no customers for 10 minutes, so I'm trying to pump in what I have. The other thing about that is, that I showed you, is that's how you end up with 1 and 7, and 1 and 7 and 3 and 4 for ACDC in 2013. This is what we're running. If you look at all the winners, they're running this way. I do not know the winner of the NHL. You know what? I'd have to sit forever, and I think it's the last minute. You see, if I knew who would exactly win, that's the next clue. Do you understand? We only see these clues after it's happened to us. They have to watch and read and bring Matrix out and look at the hockey games. Okay, this was the score, it goes here, the point. That was the score, it goes here. Because Matrix already knows the score of the game. It ain't going to let in a puck that's not supposed to go in. Oops, it should have went in. Wasn't lucky. He was lucky. He was your lucky star. So anyways, we get now 1, 3, and 4. And first we had Orb come in. He was the 1 and 6 horse. He started off the center of 7, Orb. Then we had Oxford, if I can remember, and Oxford was the 6 horse. So we had 2 6s come in. That's this weekend, 166. This weekend, and the date, plus 11 is 177 from the time of 12/12, or 12/21/12 in December. 12/21/12 in December is because the most you can get on 21. 21 blackjack. Also, what's good about 21 blackjack is, again, back to 4 and 6 that we got from 8 and 8. 4 times 1.5 is 6. Blackjack. Where else do we go with that? Well, the connecting moons, okay, to the other 24-hour day. The other 24-hour day is this, 38. Why? 3 by 8 is 24, 6 by 4 is 24. We got all about 48. Now, when I say 38, this is the connecting, these are the pigs, the 3 little pigs. Why? Because they connect to one world, another world, and the other world. The other world is your head straight up. Can't have something blocking your breathing, can you? Otherwise, you wouldn't be breathing in this world. You'd be electrified, and you'd be going up and down. Zingo! So we got back to 38, and 64 equals 102, and 102 is a representation of the game blackjack, because 91 spirit plus 11 that the ace is valued at gives you 102. 102 is Valentine, it's blackjack, it's all about the sweet love of connecting your vibration to another, because this is what it has given me so far. Then there's 103, 104, 105, and so on and so forth until 109, which is man on the moon, which is your head up in the air, connecting to the moons, getting the energy from the hertz and cycles of this world through the earth, however it comes up into you, and through your ear and out your butt. Raphael, 7286. I hope I didn't miss anything here. Oh, there was one new thing I found. Number 42, number 42, number 24, number 42. Hey man, it's like it connects the time clock of Nibiru coming in. It's like Nibiru is a clock. As she comes closer, the things are going to get more tense. And there has to be, see, in the final chapter, in order for the malaligned, misunderstood people, now we have to have a reality. One of the realities is whoever they're trying to protect will actually need protection, because the group, the adversary, who is going against the gove towards the ment, go towards ment. In French, vers means to go. Go, vers, the men, towards the men. Ment, M-E-N-T. So we're going to have real opposition now. Like the party on the left, the Ron Paul party, let's say. We're the Ron Paul party for the liberty of the world and nations and whatever else it is. Imagine, okay, the people that voted for him are setting something up And when it starts to get evil, they say, Ron Paul, it's time to inflict the righteous words. We will not. We are the people, and the people no longer want to abide to be with this government. Please step down. That's all you got to say. Please step down. When 10 million, when 20 million, when 50 million, when every American, when 60 and 70% of the Americans start to say, step down, they won't step down. Then there'll be some animosity in the crowds. And once again, Ron Paul Moses will say, step down. And nothing will happen. And at this point, instead of being 60%, it'll now switch to 70%, because the rest of the people are starting to see the truth. 1551 on my computer. When people start to see the truth, then we will have to back up to somewhere where we had civil war. But the question is, who's going to fight for the government? Because when you're 70 against 30, that's not telling you that 30% or any of them are soldiers. There may be no one to fight. And now, Project iRobot finally comes out of the closet. And the robotics start to fight. People in offices driving tanks. Thousands of people driving tanks. Businessmen driving tanks. But no one's in the tank. They're all sitting in an office having coffee, fighting against real people. While we have to resort back to guerrilla warfare, back at the earliest times at the beginning. We have to make sure, although we're up a few levels because we were the Army, we are the Army, and we retain our position being on the Army basis, holding on to all the Army supplies. So why I say this is old time is you have to watch out that they don't take out your the guys who make your plastic bullets and the guys who make those laser guns. When I talk war, and it's a cyber war. It's a cyber war because really and truthfully there's no front line. The only front line out there really is to take down communication. Once you reassess communication and you set it up and it's all on your side against theirs, the one who communicates best usually takes over the game. But in this new world placement of order, I think we can give Alcatraz to the red. Is it red against blue? You know why red against, is it red against blue? Well, I don't know, blue has 2 positions and white has 2 positions, but red only owns number 1. Except in the game of pool. So what are we actually playing in games to know which color we'll end up with, to know which color we should have? And I always looked at one of these. It's a yellow cup saying red for a day. Do you understand? It's a yellow cup saying red for a day in front of the fire. Jour backwards says rouge, and rouge says red in French. Day or cédé are the dice, the camps, the amps, the energy. We come in here the one day. That's all we live is one day. It's a cycle. Once your 360 is turned around, that's it. Oh, star in the sky, Ohio, my star in the sky. Thank you for this day on earth. It was beautiful. I had parents, brothers and sisters. I had agony of defeat. I had the greatness of all my wins, and I always liked to share. But you know what was funny about this world? When I did have a win, and a loss and a win, just because other people saw what was happening to me, only towards the winning side, always going good, they always wanted something from you. Oh, you didn't give it to me. We saw you made more than before, and now you're not sharing. Who's supposed to actually decide how much and to who? And for their own reasons and the goodness of their own heart, we each become our own judges. So now that we did Reish, okay? Now that we did Reish, number 70, on your telephone, on number 7, the letter positions add up, starting as A1 as 70 inside the R box. Not only do they stand up at 70, but 7, okay, equals to 165. 6, 11, 12. Why does it come out to 165? It's because when you add, okay, I'm talking about this. It's actually the 6 box when we begin. So this would be 140 or 165. One of the reasons for this is because the A letter, on number 1 in the telephone, there's nothing. On your keyboard, okay, they don't show it either. So the 1 is a little special. So instead of starting at 1, I start at 2, making 7, 165. But if I did start at 1, it'd be 140. And all of a sudden, 140 equals 210. Excuse me, stop there, stop there. 70 as 7 times 0, and 0 equaling to 1.5 would equal to 105, and that's April 15th. It also says je, which means part of I am, and it's the 2 highways in Kansas City that crisscross of 70 and 35 where the big tornadoes come in, somewhere around there. Well, yes, I'm not skipping on Highway 44 or 40 or anything else. So we get to 105 now. It's also 105 is when you add up the 14 cards from ace all the way to ace, passing AKA, King Ace, Jack, Queen, King, Ace again. It also mentions that if we have, I'm just trying to think, is that 210, half of 210 is 105. 105 and 210. Says ace. And it's also equal to adding up number 27. Is it number 27? Number 27 all the way to 36, adding up each of the numbers, each of the points that arrive you at 36, also equal to 315 and ace. And there's many, many, many other things. Not sure what I left out, but it's all cool and all in time. I'm doing fine. Thank you for watching. A little long. I'm trying to keep them shorter. I'm really sorry about that. So we had again, and you know what's funny? That in the background it says 28 and 37. The reason for 28 is, the way I see it, is because Rubik's Cube Complete Square has 27 positions, regardless of what's using the positions. 28 would be A, and 37 would be A. The total of it is 65, which is the communication of the white wolf. And that's the 165 we got out of number 7, or 140, but that would be crisscross, because we got the ace, the cross on the ace. Cross on the ace, cross on the cross, what's the difference? Raphael, 7286, in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching. Don't forget about 38 and 64. Oh my God, I shouldn't have said anything. Okay, bye. Oh no, not bye. No, hold on.